So King Arthur 2 is a sequel, but at the same time it's a standalone game. So if you didn't play with King Arthur 1, you can play with King Arthur 2 because everything will be explained at the beginning of the game. So it's a role-playing war game, which means that it's a mixture of RPGs and strategy games elements with real-time battles and turn-based campaign map. King Arthur 1 has a fantasy setting, so at the end of the game King Arthur united the land of Britannia and gathered the Knights of the Round Table, and peace and prosperity have returned to Britannia. And King Arthur 2, so the story of the sequel begins with a mystical catastrophe which changes everything, because an evil witch queen tried to kill Arthur, who is suffering from a wound but would never heal, and the terrible demon-like Fomorians return to Britannia, and they destroy everything what they find. The Knights of the Round Table, they turned against each other, or they fight alone for the survive, so Camelot is in ruins. So it has a really dark fantasy setting with a lot of fantasy creatures, much more than in King Arthur 1. So did you see our E3 trailer?
I did not.
Okay, then I will show you. You can use the...
I'm just going to show it.
Welcome. So as you could see, we have much more fantasy monsters, and a great improvement that we have flying units. So it means that the battle has two levels: air level and ground level. And we have twice as many soldiers on the battlefield than in King Arthur 1, thanks to the new engine, and the army movement is more improved in our game. So we have a build. It's an early build, an alpha version. So we will start to test it from now. Okay, it's the trailer.
When do you expect the game to come out? When will it be released?
Sorry?
When will the game be coming out?
Q4. Yeah, about Q4. Yeah. So, it's our campaign map. In King Arthur 1, the campaign map is in South Britannia, and now our campaign map is twice as big as in King Arthur 1, because it represents the whole Britannia, and and we have more detailed graphics. It's one chapter, so it's a small part of the campaign map. It's the Roman chapter. So we have a hero, Septimus Sulla. The Roman chapter is about him. He has a whole background story, as every hero, because story is very important in King Arthur 2. It's a really story-oriented game. So We have a lot of text quests written by professional fantasy writers, and at the beginning of the game, you don't know the whole story. You will get the information about the whole background story from the quests. And in the text quests, you have to make different decisions, and every decisions you take affects your morality and your religion. So you can choose between being a tyrant ruler or a righteous ruler, and you can follow the old faith or the Christian faith. So we kept this morality chart because it was very popular in King Arthur.
Right.
Now it's empty, but you can see that. So there will be a lot of spells and units there, and as you follow the, for example, if you have a righteous and a righteous ruler, and you follow the old faith path, so you get some points from the quest after your decisions. And for example, if you have 4 old faith points and 9 righteous points, you will get all of these spells and units in this part.
Interesting.
Yes. So let's look at text quests. It's an adventure quest. So first you get a short summary about the situation. And then you have more options, more decisions.
Telling the game what you want to choose to do.
Sorry?
It looks like you're telling the game what you would choose in a particular situation.
Yeah. Yeah, so you know the whole background story from the text quest. So and after your decisions, so it depends on your decisions that you get. You can get gold, or you can lose gold. You can get morality scores, new units. So it's a diplomacy quest. So in this quest, your people are in trouble, and you have 3 options. You can ignore it, and in that case, you get 1 tyrant point. I would choose this one because I am tyrant in my game.
Okay.
You can immediate help. So.
And you lose gold in this case if you help?
If you send help, you can use gold, or you can use your diplomatic relation, and you can send help in that way. Or you can go to battle with your army, and in that case you gather the most experience points. And now I will show you a battle, so I choose this one. So they are your enemies. They are these demon-like Fomorian creatures, and he is the enemy hero. So this is the battle map, the battlefield. So it has also more detailed graphics, the battlefield. We have some locations on the battlefield, and you can capture them. And if you capture one of the locations, you get a spell or other bonuses what you can use in the battle. So look, these flying creatures closer. You can fight against the flying creatures with your archers, with your flying creatures, or with magic, because magic is very important in King Arthur too, because it's a fantasy game. So you have to take into consideration the topography of the map and the weather conditions. So because your units have different advantages and disadvantages. So, for example, the heavy infantries can't move so quickly in forests. But now, of course, I don't have a good tactic because I just would like to show you how does it work. Okay, now I will shoot with my archers the flying creatures. When the colors are changing, it means that the enemy hero is casting a spell. And now my hero will also cast a spell, fireball.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I think so. And you don't fight against. It's another cool improvement that you don't fight against the general AI. So every enemy ruler has a different special tactics. So it means more unpredictable and various battles. And the battlefields are also very variable. So there are a lot of kinds of battlefields. And if your hero is in melee fighting, he can't cast a spell because, you know, he uses his hand.
Right.
Do you have any questions?
You said Q4 of this year it'll be released?
Yeah, but it's up to the publisher.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Oh, looks pretty good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.